Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Justin Bond.
I'm Greg Campbell.
Today we are previewing the Arkansas Razorbacks versus Mississippi State Bulldog football game this Saturday in Fayetteville. This is sure to be a showdown. We have the fourth-ranked run defense in Mississippi State versus the fourth-ranked rush attack in our Arkansas Razorbacks.
That's it. Kickoff is at 3 p.m. on SEC Network, like you said, this Saturday.
And this is Diamond State Sports. Probably sorry.
Welcome back to yet another pregame chat.
Hogs versus Bulldogs.
Arkansas's been in a slump lately.
Man, albeit against some good teams. I mean, I think Auburn turned out to be better than I thought.
Yeah.
Most people thought.
Yeah, I think the shutout to Georgia really killed the morale that we had building up, though.
Yeah, Georgia might have killed the morale of Kentucky as well, who Mississippi State just beat.
Yes.
Top 25 win against Kentucky this past week. That was a big one.
That was huge.
I don't really think a lot of people predicted that. I know I did not predict that. The Kentucky team that I saw prior to that Georgia game did not show up.
No.
But we're not Kentucky.
No.
I hope we will not make as many errors as Kentucky did.
I don't know. That's where the question lies with us. How can we stop Will Rogers and Mississippi State's air raid? It's one of those that Kentucky just couldn't.
Yeah, and can the Hogs run the ball against the Mississippi State defense?
Like you said, they're fourth ranked. It's gonna be one crazy matchup.
So let's go ahead and get into some keys of the game.
Oh my gosh!
And the first one,
Will
that
Rogers.
name you just said,
Will Rogers.
we got to stop him.
Have to.
October was not a banner month for the Razorback defense.
No.
After what was a strong start to the season.
Yes, that's exactly what we were talking about. There was a solid 4-game win streak that we had. Four-game win streak. And then, boom.
In the last two SEC games that the Razorbacks have played, what I would call high-quality SEC quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah.
Our secondary absolutely got shredded.
Oh, hands down. Whenever we went up against Auburn, Bo Nix has been a national name. I want to say since freshman year, if not sophomore. He threw for 292 yards and a pair of touchdowns against us.
And of course, Ole Miss quarterback Matt Corral, Heisman contender. Let me just say, KJ's stats against Ole Miss were better than Matt Corral's. However, Matt Corral still got 287 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and 2 rushing touchdowns in that close 51-52 loss of the Hogs.
Yeah. But those, like we said, are in the past. We just got to evaluate the defense on how they reacted, because now, coming up, we are facing the most accurate quarterback in all of college football.
Yeah, Mississippi State's Will Rogers, most accurate. Last week against Kentucky, we just talked about that game. 36 of 39 passes.
It's
and the thing
unheard of.
He wasn't just throwing little short slants either. This season, he is completing 75.2% of his passes. 75.2% completion rate through 8 games. That is the best for so far the 4th highest single season completion rate in NCAA history. That is insane.
Yeah, and looking back at them against Kentucky, like you said, he's not. A lot of his throws are solid deep balls.
Yeah,
he had 2 touchdowns, I believe, where it was outside of 20 yards, and then he had another one that was within it, and then there were 1 or 2 rushing touchdowns or a pitch or something like that. And so it's ridiculous.
I mean, Barry Odom, our defensive coordinator, is going to have to figure out a way to mix it up against the Bulldogs. And we'll talk a little bit more about Will Rogers in a minute. But the next key kind of fits in with him, and that's our secondary.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but so far, losing Jalen Catalon has proved to be a huge loss for the Hogs. We knew it would be.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we really, really need Miles Slusher, who's in his place, to step up in Catalon's place.
Yeah, he had the back-to-back starts, but it hasn't been shown worthy.
Yeah, I mean, he did get his first career interception against UAPB. I was actually the first half of that game with our ones. You know, I kind of talked about the pre-games with that. You know, had a video on that. I think we really did meet a lot of the things that I would like to see in the first half. The second half, when we had our backup guys in, I know Pittman wasn't trying to run up the score, but I really do. I wanted to see more. I want to feel a little more confidence about who's behind them. But he did get his first pick against UAPB.
I am proud of that. I'm very, very happy with that, especially considering that's the first one of the first. Was it the first they've played in how long, or was it first ever?
Oh, first ever.
Yeah, okay.
For UAPB, yeah. We're coming off a bye.
Yes.
You know what? They gave him some time to add some new parts to the defensive scheme. Pittman said that Slusher was very nervous in that Auburn game. That's his first start. And something I like, Will Rogers, he's not perfect. He's good. He's not perfect.
Yes. Yeah, he had 7 interceptions on the season, 3 of which were against Alabama, 2
against
Vanderbilt.
2 against Vandy. We're better than Vandy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I hope that's where our secondary can stand up. He did throw 2 picks against Vanderbilt, 3 against Alabama. He threw a few more against like 1 against Louisiana Tech. We absolutely must take advantage of the inconsistency that Will Rogers has shown.
Oh, yeah. Hands down.
I mean, our secondary really has to stand up. It's going to be very important because if we get shredded, our offense is going to have a very hard time.
Yeah.
And kind of speaking of offense, and that bye week, man, there's one big perk about bye weeks.
Healing.
Return from injury. And we got 3 very key players, in my opinion, returning this week from injury.
Yes.
We're starting off with our offensive tackle, starter Dalton Wagner. He was injured earlier in the season. He had to have finger surgery.
Yeah.
Finger surgery. He's back. He's a big old boy, too. And we got 2 other big old boys.
Yeah. Well, we got our one of the defensive linemen, Markel Utzi.
Yeah.
That's the last 2 games with injuries.
And then John Ridgeway, a defensive tackle. He's been battling some nagging injuries.
Yeah.
Back and forth. But Pittman said it's not really an if they'll be back. He said they'll be back.
Oh, yeah.
All 3 should be back for the Mississippi State game.
Which is going to give a huge push to our defense. Well, except for, obviously, our tackle.
Yeah. Those are some huge returns.
Huge.
We're talking 940 combined pounds.
313 pounds average between the 3.
Of those 3, he's a little boy at 290. I mean, going up against a 330 and a 340.
But he's
defensive line.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And then, we talked a little earlier about their rush defense, our rush offense.
Yes.
That's the next key. Rushing attack.
The Hogs' running game is one of the most fun to watch because they're not relying on one person. They have so many different people, and I think that's one thing that Arkansas has always been very good at is recruiting multiple threats in the backfield.
I mean, not only are we one of the nation's best rushing teams, we're one of the most diverse.
Yes.
5 players have 200-plus rushing yards this season. We do great at sharing the ball.
Yeah. How many of those are not, or let's put it this way, not all of those are running backs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, of course, Traylon Smith, Rocket Sanders, KJ, quarterback, Dominique Johnson, AJ Green. I believe AJ Green started out as a wide receiver. Literally started out for a wide receiver for the Hogs and whatever. Dominique Johnson, speaking to him though, he needs more carries.
Oh, hands down.
39 carries on the season, 309 yards, 4 touchdowns. He's almost getting, he's getting a lot of yards per carry. I want to see him start.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I want to see, he's got the fourth place in rushing yards. I want to see him start.
Yeah.
I mean, the Hogs have 249 yards per game, which is best for 4th in the country. And I think that's a huge key in this game is for us to be able to rush against Mississippi State.
Oh, yeah.
Who's fourth in the country.
Yes.
That only allow 89 yards a game.
See, and the thing that's going to really not necessarily carry us on that, but really help us on that front is our front five. Having our O-line is going to be a huge help and difference maker for our offense.
And you know what? I mean, we're fourth in the nation at rushing for a reason.
Yes.
For the most part, they've done what they're supposed to.
Oh, yeah.
But that might be the biggest key. Can we run on them?
Yeah.
Can we run on Mississippi State?
And we're getting that starter back.
Yeah, and this might be a potential showdown.
Definitely.
I say it might be one of the biggest keys. KJ has shown the potential. You look at the Ole Miss game. He's shown the potential that. I mean, we did rush for a lot in that game too, but he's shown the potential that if we cannot run the ball, that he can throw it.
Yeah.
They always talk about November, the importance of November. I think that it's extra important for the Razorbacks. I'm not saying this is a make or break game. Yeah, it would make us bowl eligible, but I mean, winning this game and then dropping the next three against LSU, which is on the road, Alabama, which is on the road, and then Mizzou at home, wouldn't really. I mean, yeah, we'd be bowl eligible winning this one, but I think starting off November good. It would be huge for the Hogs.
Yeah, it's going to get us out of that slump, and it's really going to help us. It sounds like we're just on repeat. It's going to help us bring November and the bowl season to a greater light than where we're at right now.
It would be nice. It'd be nice to just be bowl eligible. I have three games left.
Yes.
But we have some bigger goals than that.
Yes.
The Mizzou game's definitely, even a night game at LSU, I think is real winnable. But I do think that this game is a winnable game. I don't know. It's going to be a great game.
It's going to be fun.
I think our keys to the game pretty much hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for games at 3 o'clock. And so about 6 o'clock, one way or another, looking back at what we have determined as the keys and seeing if those things happen and the result. We got to stop Will Rogers.
Have to.
Our secondary has to stand up, stand out. I would love to see record games. I mean, I want season games for our secondary. Interceptions, picks, stops, no pass interferences. Just our secondary needs to be there.
Yeah.
And we got to win that in the trenches.
We do.
We got to run on them. I think if we can, it's going to be good.
Yeah, that's where it's gonna be.
So guys, if you are new to this video series, we are an Arkansas sports podcast, and we drink Arkansas beer.
Yep. This week, we have Ozark Beer Company's Cream Stout. It's by far my favorite beer.
American made, Ozark brewed.
Yeah, that's it. It's right up in
Rogers,
Spring.
Arkansas.
Yep.
It's good. This is a very good beer.
Yep.
I was when I kind of pulled this in, I said, pairs well with barbecue, Gouda, and pecan pie, and great company. I was like, well, I don't have any barbecue, I don't have any Gouda, I don't have any pecan pie, but I got some great company.
They're kind of limiting that though, because I've had this with significantly more than barbecue, Gouda, and I say pecan pie. But it goes well with significantly more things. I feel this is a dessert beer.
It is good. Yeah, it's got a really good.
It's definitely on the darker.
It is a little dark, but it doesn't taste that dark.
No. It's definitely real smooth. Like I said, this is my favorite. This is one of the beers that I'm gonna have at the wedding.
Yeah. So predictions.
It's gonna be tight.
It's gonna be tight, but I think that, like I said, I think the Hogs will win in the trenches. I ultimately think that that's going to help us control the tempo of the game. Being able to rush the ball, controlling the tempo of the game, our offensive line stepping up. I think the bye week, I think we're going to come out and you're going to be able to see that's a refreshed team that just came off of a bye week.
Oh, definitely.
I think Mississippi State, they're going to have a little bit of a hangover from that big top 25 win against Kentucky. I think the Hogs get it done. I'm going 30-27 Arkansas.
Okay. See, I'm essentially right there with you the whole route. We had the bye week.
Yep.
We've had the time to have our players heal. We've had time to watch film. We've had time to sit back and watch more than just film on the Mississippi State Kentucky win.
Yeah.
We got to watch it live, got to watch it going, just watch it multiple times. And with how tight everything is on both sides of the ball comparatively between us and Mississippi State, I think we're going to come out, I'm going 24-21. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game.
You hit 24-21.
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yep. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I think Will Rogers he'll have Will Rogers stats.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to be able to hold him off just enough to where our offense will be able to pound it in more.
I mean, ultimately, his completion percentage doesn't really matter as long as he's not getting down the field.
Exactly.
You know, just a short slant, tackle, loss of yards.
And like I said, those are Will Rogers stats. He could have 36 for 39 yet again in this game. That doesn't mean he has 36 touchdowns.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I think back to last year. Of course, it was a different quarterback. I believe it was KJ Costello. Right before he came into the Razorback game, he had a SEC record, like 630 yards. And then Mississippi State played Arkansas the next week. Not the same. Arkansas shut that down. And I'm kind of hoping that's history kind of repeats itself, even though it's a different quarterback.
Yeah.
Will Rogers did great against Kentucky, but then the Razorbacks were off. They study that film. They see what he's doing, where he likes to go, and hopefully can stop that.
So, definitely.
I'm definitely excited for the game. So guys, be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment here, and let us know what your score prediction is, how you think the game goes. Yeah. Like us on Facebook, follow us on YouTube, and until next time.